I'll be sharing with you an amazing SaaS journey from a founder who went from launching their SaaS app in 2013 all the way to selling it and all the lessons they learned along the way. I think you'll get some really amazing inspiration and knowledge, so make sure you stay until the end of the video. So the founder we'll be discussing in this video is Micah Mazahuri. So they're the founder of a SaaS style Mac app that was launched in 2013, and this tool was called Paw at the time. We can see the current version of the website here on the right, and it was designed to assist developers in testing their APIs, whether that was REST or GraphQL. And at the time of the launch, the market was really uncontested, with no direct competitors offering similar tools. This really allowed Paw to establish itself as a unique pioneer in this field. And because of that, they enjoyed really rapid growth and managed to grow without the need for extensive marketing efforts. As they started to grow, they started to get more competitors as other people realized this was a niche that could be targeted. But by 2014, they had reached $10,000 a month in recurring revenue. And by 2015, they managed to reach $50,000 a month in recurring revenue. However, despite this financial success here, Micah did start to have burnout around this time, as there's a lot of pressure among the workload and to maintain that growth level. So shortly after that, Micah decided to sell the company. And unfortunately, this was a decision they regretted because there were layoffs and leadership changes after selling the company there, and that was something they had wished they had avoided doing at the end of the day. But definitely an extremely successful launch and growth period, so let's dive into some of the key lessons they learned along the way. The first big lesson is finding a blue ocean. This is a common strategy referred to finding a place that isn't as contested. Red oceans are really contested spaces and competitive markets. If you find a blue ocean, it's going to make it much easier for you to grow your business. This is exactly what Paw did, going into a space where there were very little amounts of competition, and this allowed them to grow really quickly. Micah is also a proponent of organic growth, as Paw's success early on was largely attributed to a really high quality product, and one that really resonated with users. This generated a lot of word of mouth recommendations, which was also a very cost effective way to grow the product. In terms of non-organic marketing, they did a lot of giveaways, and this was done through platforms such as Twitter at the time, which was an effective way to get visibility, ultimately driving user acquisition. If you've gotten this far in the video, I'm sure you want to build your own micro SaaS, but first you'll need some ideas. I have a link in the description below where you can get sneaky micro SaaS ideas you can steal for free. All you need to do is enter in your email. So again, there's a link in the description below. I also have a full course on how to build your very own micro SaaS, even if you don't have any product ideas or any SaaS experience. There's also a link for this in the description below, so make sure you check that out there. Another key lesson was the market they were serving. So initially, this was more of a one-time licensing where they would sell the product on a one-off basis, but they pivoted to do a B2B recurring subscription, developing what they called Paw for Teams. This was a game changer for them and really allowed them to grow the product. This is often the case you see for many SaaS products, as they start off with more of cheaper plans, trying to target a broader base, but you can see many of them pivot towards higher end B2B, as you don't need as many customers to get that high level of profitability. And businesses that have been around for a while are also going to be more sticky, and they can easily justify the higher cost of your product, as they're probably making way more money, and the advantages for using your tool is going to save them easily accountable hours in terms of money saved. Micah also does have some advice around burnout as well, as this is something they unfortunately experienced, and that's to delegate tasks that can easily be outsourced. You don't need to be doing everything yourself, such as customer support, especially as if you're growing really quickly. At the beginning, you probably will need to, but also making sure you take the time to disconnect, as SaaS is very much a long-term gain. As you're growing and building that recurring revenue, it can be quite steady, but it can be a slower growth product depending on the niche you're in. And so much of that really high profitability and really high revenue comes towards the latter part of your journey. Lastly, I'll share 3 lessons from Micah that involve the product design. And the first one is to listen to your customers and understand their needs. But you want to make sure you're balancing their feedback as well and not just taking it at face value. There's that famous quote from Henry Ford where he said, if I went and asked people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. The second one is to be data driven, as without analytics, you can't drive your product or business. The third one is to be an artist. Everyone can listen to customers and read data, but what you do with it is your signature. Micah's belief is to build something that's going to make you proud. So I'll leave a link in the description as well for the full article written by James Fleischman. It's definitely a good read there. That's also where I got all the content for this video, so credit to James Fleischman as well for this material. Before this video ends, I want to mention one more time that there there are free SaaS ideas and a link in the description below. I also have a complete course on how to build your very own micro SaaS, so check out that link as well in the description. This is going to conclude the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I would love it so much if you smash that like and subscribe button below. If you have any questions, leave a comment. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.